This is the story of Mikel Krantz. Mikel was born in 1839 in Tennessee. He resided in the 5th Civil District of Cheatham County, Tennessee. By occupation, he was a farmhand. When Governor Isham Harris of Tennessee sent out his second call for volunteers, Mikel enlisted in the Confederate Army on September 20th, 1861 at Camp Breckinridge, Montgomery County, Tennessee, at age 22. He fought with and was captured with his regiment at Fort Donelson, Tennessee on February 16, 1862, and imprisoned at Camp Douglas, Illinois until he was exchanged at Vicksburg, Mississippi on September 7, 1862. Krantz was present in all of the fighting of the 49th Tennessee from Fort Donelson to Port Hudson, Louisiana, to Jackson, Mississippi, through the Atlanta campaign, and was one of the few from the 49th Tennessee who survived the Battle of Franklin. It was there that the 49th Tennessee Infantry took 73% casualties. But on December 15, 1864, Mikel finds himself on the left flank of the Army of Tennessee outside of Nashville along the Hillsborough Pike in a little outpost known as Redoubt No. 5. The redoubt is garrisoned with 4 pieces of artillery and about 100 men, including a small detachment of what is left of the 49th Tennessee. There, Sergeant Krantz and his small detachment face overwhelming odds as John MacArthur's Federal Division advances against the Confederate left. With orders to go for the fort, the Federals of Colonel Datus Coon's Federal Cavalry, along with Colonel William L. McMillan's Brigade of Infantry, swept up the hill and overran Redoubt No. 5 and its brave defenders. The men of the 49th Tennessee were forced to surrender, but only after making the assaulting enemy force pay dearly in dead and wounded for the ground just gained. Meanwhile, despite their losses at the top, one of the victorious Federals was exulting over his brigade's recent triumph. This Yankee taunted the now unarmed Sergeant Mike Krantz of Company K, 49th Tennessee. In defiance, Krantz pointed down the western slope of the hill, teeming with Federal dead and wounded, and sardonically stated, "Well, you needn't brag. We killed more of your men than there even are of us." The scathing truth spoken by this brave Confederate defender struck a nerve with the indignant Yank, who seethed, "Well, you shall not live to tell it." And he instantly ran Krantz through with the bayonet. As Krantz suffered, his comrades laid him against a tree as he pulled out his Bible given to him earlier in the war by Chaplain James H. McNeely. He asked one of his comrades to give it to his mother. Krantz died 24 days later in U.S. Hospital No. 4 in Nashville at age 25. Originally buried in the Nashville City Cemetery, he was later relocated to Confederate Circle in Mount Olivet Cemetery, brutally murdered as an unarmed prisoner of war at the hands of his captors. The memory and courage of Sergeant Mikel Krantz, Company K, 49th Tennessee, lives on. I hope you enjoyed this episode of In Their Steps. Join us next time.